Good evening, everyone. I'm Tusit Vijayardhana on behalf of Company B. I'd like to start by sincerely thanking Company A for the opportunity to work on this project and for joining us today for this user acceptance testing session. We truly appreciate your collaboration and feedback throughout the development process. We'd also like to acknowledge and welcome Company C as a third party participant in today's session. Today, we are here to walk you through TripMate, the smart travel planner and budget optimizer we built in response to your specifications. As we move through the session, our goal is to validate that the system we develop aligns with your expectations, functions as intended, and meets the use cases outlined earlier. To briefly recap the concept, TripMate addresses a key gap in current travel tools by offering personalized, optimized itineraries while promoting lesser known destinations and helping local businesses gain visibility. The aim is to create a more meaningful experience for travelers while supporting inclusive tourism. Now, I'll take a brief moment to give a quick overview of the technology stack behind the platform. A more detailed explanation will follow later in the session. On the front end, we've used React with White. The backend is powered by Spring Boot in Java. For deployment, we've hosted the front end on Vercel and the backend on Railway. Our database is MySQL hosted securely on Naven. Authentication is handled using JWT tokens with O2 support for Google and GitHub logins. The AI driven itinerary generation is powered by Gemini Flash 2.2. And we use the Google Maps API to support location based features and route planning. Now, let's take a closer look at the front end of TripMate. For that, I invite Nitma from Team 2.
Thank you, Tusit. So now let's take a quick look at the front end of our project and some of the key features we have built in. We used React.js together with White, which turned out to be a great combo for fast and efficient development. White's super quick reloads made the whole process a lot smoother and more enjoyable. We have also deployed the front end on Vercel, which is perfect for this kind of project. It supports automatic deployments. So as soon as we push updates to the code, the changes go live. Plus, thanks to the Vercel's global server network, the site loads quickly, no matter where you are. We also made sure the user interface is clean and responsive, so it looks good and works very well on both desktop and mobile devices. Some standout features include real-time form inputs, which let users add or edit their trip details instantly. And the second one is a map feature where they can choose locations and clearly see their trip route. For security, we are using JWT tokens to handle communications with the backend. This ensures that only logged in users can view or update their trip information. All in all, the front end is fast, user friendly, and packed with tools to make a planning a trip simple and fun. That's it on my part. So over to you, Tusit.
Thank you, Nitma. And to elaborate more on the backend side, I invite Chanuka from Team 5.
Thank you, Tusi. Moving on to the backend, we built it using Spring Boot, which is a powerful and popular Java framework. It helps us structure our backend code clearly and handle everything from APIs to security. We hosted the backend on Railway, which is a developer friendly platform that works really well with Java applications. It also supports easy deployment and scaling. Uh, and our backend follows a monolithic architecture, which means all the core logic is in a single and centralized application. This made it easier to manage and test while we are building it. The backend handles several important services. This includes user registration, user logging, and managing secure sessions. Further, it also runs the trip planning logic and provides API endpoints so the front end can send and receive data. One of the special features is the integration with Gemini AI, which helps us generate smart and personalized trip itineraries based on user preferences. For security, we use token-based authentication with JWT and OAuth 2.0, so users can log in safely using platforms like Google and GitHub. So overall, we can say our backend is secure, scalable, and tightly connected to the front end to power the full experience. Thank you. Over to you, Tusi.
Thank you, Chanukka. And to elaborate on authentication and authorization, I invite Sandeepa from Team 4.
Thank you, Tusit. Next, let's talk about how we handle user authentication in our application. We use JWT or JSON Web Tokens to safely send information between the client and the server after a user logs in. This helps us keep the user session secure without needing to store sensitive data on the client side. Once a user logs in, the backend sends a token, and this token is used for all future requests, kind of like a digital key that proves the user is allowed to access certain parts of the app. We also support OAuth 2.0, which lets users log in with their Google or GitHub accounts. This way, they don't need to create a new account from scratch. They just can log in with an account they already trust. Both of these methods help us login secure, simple, and smooth for the user. Over to you, Tusi.
Thank you, Sandeepa. Moving on to the AI integration part, I invite Malsha from Team 7. Over to you, Malsha.
Thank you, Tusit. I am going to talk about AI integration part. One of the most exciting features of our app is the integration of Gemini Flash 2.2, which is Google's advanced AI model. We use Gemini to help users to generate smart, personalized trip plans based on their preferences. It takes into account things like their budget, time limits, and even their travel history. Once the user gives some basic details, Gemini creates custom suggestions which may include places to visit based on their interest, best routes to save time and travel efficiently, and even accommodation suggestions that fit their budget. This makes the planning process much faster and more enjoyable since the AI does the heavy lifting and the user gets a tailored experience. That's my part. Over to you, Tusit.
Okay. Now, to explain more about the Google Maps integration part, I invite Aditya from Team 8.
Thank you, Tusit. To make trip planning more visual and interactive, we integrated the Google Maps API into our application. Users can select destinations by directly on the map by clicking on the map pins. This makes it easy to plan routes by simply interacting with the map. The app also shows routes, estimated travel times, and even nearby attractions, helping users see everything in one place. And since we have connected it with Gemini AI, users can also get dynamic location suggestions, meaning the AI recommends interesting places to add to the trip right on the map. This makes the whole experience more engaging and helps users build smarter, more enjoyable travel plans. Over to you, Tusit.
Thank you, Aditya. Now, to delve deep into the database part, I invite Dunya from Team 6. Over to you, Dunya.
Am I audible to sit?
Yes, you're audible.
Thank you. Here for our database, we've used MySQL, which is a reliable and widely used relational database system. It's hosted on Avin, which is a cloud platform that offers fully managed and scalable databases, which means we don't have to worry about manual backups or server issues. Avin take care of all that. In our database, we store all the key information needed for our app to work properly. This includes things like user profiles and login details, trip plans and past travel data, location information and extra detail, AI generated suggestions, which stored temporarily so users can access them quickly. Using MySQL with even allows us to keep data safe, organized, and easy to access when needed. Hope it's clear about the process of database, and over to you, Tusi.
Thank you, Dunya. Now it's time for the walkthrough. We'll be demonstrating the key functionalities of the platform in line with these stories and requirements you provided. At this point, I'd like to hand over to Akindu Kalhan from Team 1, who will guide you through the demo and highlight how TripMate delivers on your expectations. Akindu, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Tusit. Tusit, can you confirm whether I am audible and you can see my screen?
Yeah, you're audible and we can see your screen.
All right, thank you. Okay, so to start off the demonstration, let me first go through the sign-in bar. So if you have an account, you can sign in here. If you don't have one, you can use the sign up option. As mentioned, you can use OAuth 2 authentication. So you can use Google or GitHub to directly join into TripMate. So since I already have an account, I'm going to log in. Okay, so I'm in the web page and you can see a trigger coming on saying that welcome back. And this is our hero section. So we have tailored with a beautiful dark mode to our website to showcase the culture of our country. So the hero section is a good indication for tourists of what this country is totally about. And if you see closely, you will see two buttons. One is learn more and other one is plan your trip. So the main exciting thing about our website is even if you don't logged into it, you can still explore the more amazing features of this website. But for features like planning your trip, you need to be logged in. So let me explain this part. This is another way to go to the plan your trip part. So this is shows how your how the application actually works. And here you can see you can share your vision, you can get a custom plan, and you just need to plan it out. And here are another information about the site. Now we move on to the destination part of our website. In here you can see the beautiful destinations of Sri Lanka listed out here. You can click on any of these to get more insight of this. And if you like, you can save it or you can plan your trip directly to this location. And you are given with a very good overview from the Google Places API. You have given there is reviews and the best time to visit it and the duration and the prices and all the details. Right. Now let's move on to the planning our trip part. So I'm going to click on plan your trip. So this is our core concept in our website. So here it asks us to enter the starting point and the destination of our journey. So I'll enter Colombo here and we going to my trip to Goa. And now you can see the find route button glass in. So if I click on this, it will show me the fastest route that I can take from Colombo to Goa. And most importantly, in the map itself, it shows the tourist attractions that we can see along the way. And using the Google Places API, we have also gathered the attractions which have been found and the reviews that it has been received. So to get a more good plan, we can enter the number of days of our trip. For this example, let's take 3 days. And I'm going to travel with 2 people. And I'll have a budget of 20,000 rupees. And now you can see here's the place to add your preferences or interests about the trip. So you can say about your food preferences, accommodation type, activities you enjoy, like that. For now, I will just simply say adventure, right? And now I'll click on generate plan. Hold on, give me a second. Let me go to the plan your trip part and let me add the details. So I will be traveling from Colombo to Gaul. And I estimate to take 3 days for my trip, and I'll be traveling with 2 travelers with estimated budget of 20,000 rupees. And I'll add my preference as adventurous. If I click find route, I get the fastest route on the map, and it will show all the attractions we will get throughout the route. And if I click generate plan, it will generate a plan for me. Yep, okay. So it has basically 4 sections. One is day plans, the other one is places, the other one is budget, and the next one is travel tips. Travel tips. So let me explain each component one by one. So talking about day plans. So since we have given 2 days, it plans our trip according to day 1 and day 2, and it gives us suggestions to where to visit at which time. It's also plans out our time as well. So since I type in adventure, it has suggested me adventurous rides. And now moving on to places, it also suggests us exciting places to visit from Colombo to Gaul, because that's my starting point and my destination. And it, as requested, we have also given a budget estimation based on the number of people we are traveling and the number of days and the start and the end location. And it also doesn't forget to give us some important travel tips. So here you can see the travel tips. Now, there's another feature in our website. That is that local businesses can log into our website and register their details in our website. So you can access it right here, this navigation bar. So it says business management, and here you can see the businesses which are already registered. So let's go on and register a business. So let's take the name as Masks Business, and I'll enter the address as Gaul. I'll enter email. And I'll add a telephone number as well. So if you want, you can add your website to the business. So what happens is when you register your business, the tourists can directly see it in your map. So they can visit your business if they like. So this provides a very good opportunity for the local businesses. So you can select the category here. So I will select other. I want give a description and I'll register my business. Yeah, it appears here. And we have given another feature in our website. We have developed a custom chatbot which will give us information about our travel in Sri Lanka. So moving on, this is our profile section. So users can update their names, their passwords, and they can select their currency and their language preferences as well. So let me show you the mobile compatibility of our website. So I'll go to inspect element and make the screen size smaller to show how dynamically it adjusts its size. So even in a mobile device, you can use it perfectly. Okay, so that's the demonstration of TripMate. Thank you for listening. Over to you, Tusit.
Thank you, Akindu. Let me share my screen. That concludes our presentation and demo of TripMate. We'd now like to open the floor to Company A for your feedback. As this is a user acceptance test session, your input is crucial in helping us refine the product.
Okay, Tusit, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to highlight that your team has developed the website in alignment with the key objectives that were originally set. Firstly, the platform allows travelers to conveniently plan their trips in one place, matching their budget, timeline, and personal interests. Secondly, it uses optimization algorithms to suggest well balanced travel plans that manage both time and cost efficiently, covering both popular spots and also hidden destinations. Also, the site supports customizable planning where users can tailor their trips based on group size, dates, activity preferences, and accommodation types. And most importantly, the website integrates local tourism by allowing small businesses like homestays, tour guides, and local food vendors to register and offer their services, which helps support community based tourism. It also enhances the user experience through smart travel suggestions and interactive maps, making trip planning both insightful and enjoyable. Lastly, the design ensures a mobile, responsive, and user friendly interface, enabling access and usability from any device, anywhere. Overall, the current website version addresses all the intended goals and lays a solid foundation for further development. And I'm very satisfied with the project, and we accept your project formally. Thank you, and that is all from our side.
Thank you, Company A, for your valuable feedback. And we will also welcome any comments or observations from Company C.
Your project seems like a bit intuitive. I really like the design you have done. Great work, company.
Thank you, Company C, for your valuable comments. And thank you, everyone, for joining this session. Goodbye.